Man, I know a lot of people are going to get upset with me on this one because I am driving. Hands-free, by the way. Both hands are on the wheel. We're good. Seeing patients today. And, man, it has been a huge opportunity. Went all the way out to Marion today. Huntington, then Marion, then Jonesboro or something like that. Never even been there. But, man, what amazing visits. And I'm sorry if this is a little too bouncy. I may or may not have this video go through, but I got another 39 minutes of driving here, and I wanted to share with you guys my YouTube video for the day to share about my day 2 of the cleanse, because man, it's interesting. There are moments where I'm like, dude, bro, I don't know if I can do this. And then there's other moments where I'm like, this is great, I could do this another 3 days if I wanted to. And it's just interesting too, like all the research that I've been doing. The research has shown that on day 2, you don't release as much ghrelin anymore. Ghrelin is a hormone, like small piece within the body that communicates your body that you are hungry. And so it's like day 1 and day 2 are like the worst, but then the ghrelin kind of goes away, and then you're like, you're not as hungry, and you can really channel that. Yet I've noticed, even with ghrelin being present in my life, with the production of my body, is that, you know, I've been able to channel this really well too. And it's been cool to see how productive I've been, because I don't need to stop to eat, which is absolutely amazing. And I will say this too, by the way, country out here and like on the way to Marion and all these places that I went today is absolutely beautiful. Like, I love the fields and all that, which is obviously in Leato too, but there's some cool like bodies of water out here that I'm very impressed with. So that's cool. And yeah, fam, I noticed that people are more alone, are more lonely than we think. I had this sweet old lady that I almost didn't see, by the way. I'm so glad that I pressed on to make sure that I saw her, because I drove all the way out to Marion and I saw 3, and there was one more who didn't answer. And so I called the office and tried to figure out all this stuff about the address and the number and blah, blah, blah. Well, then I just went into the chart and I called the other number that was in there, which should be the primary number, by the way. It was her cell phone. And I got a hold of her, and she's like, you know, I'm like not really feeling it today, and I didn't expect to see you, because she didn't get my call because I was calling the wrong number. And as I'm calling that, she's like, yeah, probably not. I'm just getting up. I was like, well, listen, like, what's your new address? And I typed it in, and it was like 30 minutes away, 30 extra minutes south. So I'm literally like an hour and 20 minutes away from home now. And I'm on this fast, so I'm focused, I'm channeled. But bro, I got all these patients to see, and then I've got wrestling practice. So I'm going back to Fort Wayne and then back to Ossian, Norwell High School, to run practice. So it's like, bro, it's a lot of driving today. And I'm curious of how much I drove. I can look at my beginning miles and then the ending, and I could probably estimate by the end of this video and tell you guys. But man, in the midst of all this, and I'm sharing the fight for this patient, because I almost didn't see her, because she's like another 30-minute drive away from Marion, further away from Fort Wayne. So I was like, bro, temptation was, yeah, you don't even want to be seen perfect. However, I said, you know what, I'm out here, I'll come see you. And I was like, can you get ready in 30 minutes? She's like, yeah. And like, she was trying to say no, but I was like, I mean, it doesn't have to be that hard. Like, let me come see you. What do you think? And she's like, okay. And so I go out and I see her, and man, like, it was one of the sweetest visits ever. Sweetest visits ever. I get in there, and man, she is just talking about the most random things in the world, which is so incredibly precious. And I'm like, man, at the same time too, it's like, I gotta go here soon, and I need to make sure I get some interventions in with you, which reminiscing and cognitive, there's some metacognition I was doing with her and asking her questions and all that. So it was still therapeutic, but I needed to get some other interventions in to make sure that I could justify my visit. And so anyways, like there's a moment where she said, like, all the people around her have passed away, and all the people around her are busy with lives, with kids and all this kind of stuff, and she just wants to talk to someone. She doesn't have that privilege. And I really felt for her. She started crying, and I went through the treatment with her with isometric exercises, being able to breathe and flex and connect to your breath and connect to your muscles. It's a beautiful process. But after that, I sat down with her and I talked with her some more, like an extra 10, 15 minutes. And I said, I'd love to pray for you. She said, that would be great. I grabbed her hand and I prayed with her, and she was crying again after the prayer. And it was so beautiful. She said how no one's ever done that with her as a therapist, but I could tell that she loved the Lord, and it just seemed right. And I offered it to her. She didn't have to be prayed for, but she definitely wanted it. I'm glad that I did. And she said how special that was to her, how much it meant to her. And with tears in her eyes, she shared this story with me of this sweet lady that she used to know. And she would text her and say, hey, I'm praying for you. This patient would reach out to this other person and let her know, like, hey, I'm praying for you. Well, and they would talk from time to time. Well, this girl that she's talking about had to get her breast removed from breast cancer. And her and her husband were working through that, and this patient texted her and said, hey, I'm praying for you, thinking about you, all this stuff. And she made it, all this stuff. And then in the midst of it, she said that this patient that I'm talking about found Jesus Christ because of this patient praying for her and showing her Jesus. And she just shared that with me to share, like, you never know what people are going through, number one. Number two, you never know if they know Jesus Christ or not, and if they have the Holy Spirit and God in their life. And I'm not here to impede my beliefs on you. I encourage y'all, seek the truth and you will find it. Promise. And the truth that I have found is Jesus Christ. The truth, the life, the love, and the way, and that nobody goes to the Father, God, in heaven except through Him. So that's what I found. And man, it was so beautiful just to hear her say that. And then she cried some more, and I almost started crying with her too. She said that girl was with her husband. They were driving, and someone lost control and smashed into them and took their lives. I was like, man. But for her to know, this patient to know that girl that passed away in that car accident does know Jesus, and that she will see her again, that's special. And I reminded her of that too. I said, you know that we'll see her again, and I'll see you again, you know, whether it's in this life or the forever in the next. She cried some more and held my hand and just said, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I really feel it. I feel the purpose and the opportunity to live for what I'm on this earth for, and that's to love God and love others by being compassionate, being exuberant, being empowering, being abundant, being wild, being enthusiastic, being all these things so that way people can find the limitless possibilities that is available. They're limitless. The blue sky is the limit. The universe. When they figure out what all the life is about. And to me, it is about loving God and loving others as we love ourselves. So, what a beautiful opportunity. It was definitely a super touching moment for me, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I chose to get this YouTube video in with you guys right here, right now. I know I'm driving, but I've definitely been nice and safe. This is a very easy road. I'm on 69, headed back to Fort Wayne. And yeah, I love it. I love people. I love God's divine appointments and His divine intervention that I get to play a part of sometimes, that I get to just, man, have a bit of the melody, if you will. That if Jesus is the guitar, then I get to be a string that contributes to the chords that are played, that contributes to the song that Jesus has brought to us. It's amazing. I hope that all of you can continue to live your life with purpose and channel your best to be your best, because it's possible. Anything is. And I'll say this as well, that I'm going to start doing these 3-day fasts. So I do 3 days of ketosis. If you guys haven't watched my previous videos, make sure that you do. But I do 3 days of ketosis, or no carbs, and you kind of anchor down like 40 to 20 grams, 10 to 20 grams, and then 10 grams, 0 to 10 grams of net carbs. And then you go from that lipolysis and setting out your ketones and all that, like getting that production going, then you go into your fast. And man, it is another level, seriously. And I'm connecting so much to myself at a cellular level. I'm connecting more to spirit, to God, to people, to productivity. I don't have to take time to eat right now because I'm on day 2. So when day 3 comes, fam, I'm excited to join you guys tomorrow. At 7 p.m., I'll get to eat again. And I'm going to be very intentional about what I eat. So make sure you guys tune into that. And I'll make sure that I share that with you guys. With y'all family. But yeah, fam, like God is so great. I'm thankful that I've got this drive. I'm thankful that I have patience to see. I'm thankful that I got these shoes from TikTok. I don't know why I brought that up, but yeah, like TikTok is really blowing up for me, and I'm thankful to have a platform that is reaching so many hearts. And I've had people literally reach out to me and say that like their lives are still here because of the inspiration, because of the light that Christ gives me, that they've seen through me. So I want to encourage everybody right here, right now, is to live out loud. Let your light shine. God has a plan. God has a huge plan. And I'm thankful to be a part of it. And I wonder what his plan is for you. And I don't wonder, I do know that his plans for you are to prosper, never to perish. To live for him and with him in this beautiful life that we have. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Seriously. Love you all immensely. I'll talk to you guys soon. Over and out. Love you, Claire. Shh.